So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Jacobs. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the 1st down as well.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now this thrown deep for Kraft. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you're at least putting in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Love. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Romeo Doubs, 48 yards. And the Packers are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they like, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Goff. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. Play fake. Here's Love. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Play action this time with Love. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Reed. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 25 yards that time. Here's Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half, and the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Love, this is third and goal. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
Williams loses the football, and it looks like the defense has got it. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Now it's Goff. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
To throw is Goff. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. The big fella inside the 10 and into the end zone. It's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown. Boy, this defense is circling early. A pick-6 there, and they are off to the races here this first quarter.
And, partner, when you get off to a first-quarter lead like this, it really frees you up defensively to take some chances, really apply some heat. And that was just a tremendous play to pick that ball off and bring it back for a score.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes our score 17-0.
Brandon McManus set to kick off.
So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our score as they kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it to 26. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Goff. This one swung out to Montgomery, and he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
A shotgun snap for Goff. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 17-0 our score after one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. Touchdown, Detroit. David Montgomery, 37 yards. And the Lions are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. A pretty well-executed run. They were telling us yesterday, Charles, they were hoping to get everybody in sync. The line, the backs, and everybody looked in sync on that play.
They were in sync, and the field tilted. And that's where we get the term running downhill, because when you've got that kind of momentum and everyone's doing it properly as you just described, it does feel like they are coming from downhill to you as a defender, and that is really hard to stop.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Love, they go play action now. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Love now. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Love going to stay out there. They'll take a chance on 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that fourth down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
They will throw again here with Jordan Love. Got his man. It's Bo Melton. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Love looking to throw it. Slant route, he's got Dobbs. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Romeo Dobbs. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Packers are able to add on to that lead. Now McManus for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Brandon McManus set to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Goff now looks to throw. Finding Williams once more, complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They're going to go for it. It's gone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. On play action. Love to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. This to Jacobs on the toss right. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not.
Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now Love. He'll complete this one to Watson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Here's Love. There he goes again. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field. And that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Throwing. Love. Touchdown, Packers. Romeo Doubs on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Packers are able to add on to their first-half lead. And this is turning out to be something to monitor as this game goes along. That's now 3 touchdown catches for him here in this first half alone. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Packers 31, Lions 7. Brandon McManus set to kick off.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Brandon McManus set to kick off.
It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Now Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Play action. It's Goff. That is caught. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
In motion goes Patrick. Well, this is caught by Williams. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up second down.
17.
Running left, Montgomery. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Open man right side is St. Brown. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
It's the pickup of 6.
Now Goff. Got his man. It's Williams. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
A 7-yard gain. That's another Detroit Lions.
Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
2nd and 10. Goff throwing again. He's got right on the short throw. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
3 yards. And the Lions first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Goff now looking to throw. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Partner, I see you reaching for the white flag. Put it down. I don't want you throwing it, but I understand why. Because if you do, you're hoping they might actually stop this game because we're in blowout territory right now. That interception just surrendered any momentum they'd built up in the locker room during halftime. So, game plan, it's in the garbage. Time to try something new in this one.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Play action this time with Love. Now swing pass for Dillon. And Dillon going to pick up a Packers first down up near the 40-yard line.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Got Dobbs over the middle. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw now. Here's Love. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs. 14 yards. And the Packers have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff. He's got this to Williams, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
That's good for the Lions. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Value free.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd down and 6 now. To throw is Goff. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And not enough on the throw that time as that one is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. And this one is incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And that makes them now 0 for 3 on 4th down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts going for it this many times on 4th down. I think they'd have to start thinking with their head a little bit more than with their gut and their emotions because it's not working for them. They've got to figure out what's been going wrong.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 94 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. But they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. CD, it'll go into the books as just one win, but this is a really impressive win. They've done it on defense, and here they continue to do it on offense. Another score in the 4th quarter to widen that advantage.
I like where you were going with that one. Would you say, partner, it was really 3 victories today? Landslide on the scoreboard, emphatic victory on either side of the ball. They really got it done.
Extra point from McManus is good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Brandon McManus set to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Gone. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Goff now to throw. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
It's a gain of 20. That's good for the Lions. 1st down.
A shotgun snap for Goff. That's caught inside the 20. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. One last throw here for Goff. Now he'll escape to his left. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.
Built on the side of a former piano factory. There's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decade since it opened back in 1998. Welcome, everyone, to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And we're underway from the bank. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. We're working a couple of yards past the line. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
He's got Andrews. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. They send a man in motion. First down, here's Lamar. Caught by Flowers. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. Play fake, Jackson. Complete, Derrick Henry. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
On first down, Jackson. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Gets this one to Andrews. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
A fifth defensive back into the game for the Lions. Third down coming. They bring their tight end left. Turning to Henry on third. And he's brought down for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a fourth down.
Offense going for it here. 4th and 5.
Yo.
Aguilar, the receiver, in motion right. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on down.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, well, they got the chance to deny them anything, and boy, did they ever attack it.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Goff taking it right to the air. Pass is caught. That's Tim Patrick. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. Second and 1. He finds Laporta. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So that brings up 2nd down.
Oklahoma.
Running it with David Montgomery. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Chopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Goff on third. Laporta with the grab. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Awareness. You've got to be aware. Play caller, quarterback, receiver have to be aware of where the sticks are. They're just not enough, not deep enough to extend the drive and move the chains.
Offense going for it here. 4th and 5. They'll go for it. Goff. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of having too much confidence offensively? That's not a spot you want to see a team going for it on fourth down. And now it puts their defense right on the hook to try and pick them up after that miscue on fourth.
Good running here. He's across the 15. Dives for the pylon, and that's a touchdown. The Ravens take a 6-0 lead in the first quarter. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Nice execution to get that counter to the end zone. Maybe not the play we expected, Brock, but the play that they needed right there.
I love a well-executed counter. I really do. It's like a good boxer, Kate. You set him up with a feint one way, and then you hit him with the knockout the other. Keep them from answering the bell, stopping you from reaching that end zone.
Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Khalif Raymond to return it. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
They've got first down from the 31. Shotgun snap here to Goff. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Montgomery gets it from the gun. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Coming in for the stop was Michael Pierce. Offense up to the line fast. Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short.
You know, 3rd and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense looking for that handoff, or try to throw it to him and use the element of surprise? Evidently, well, that's one they should have run instead.
We go, 76, 76.
4th down, Goff throwing. That's cut beyond the marker. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Goff on 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter 1. 7-0 is our score. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. Trying again following the sack. Oh, put some heat on this. He's got it inside the 25. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
One of the tight ends motioning left. On first down, they'll run with Montgomery. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Second down now, 7 to go. Off play action, Goff. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. 30 into the red zone. And Baltimore finishes the return in the end zone. Touchdown! The Ravens take a 13-0 lead. That was awesome. The return became a question of, does he have enough steam to make it back before someone runs him down?
That is the most sprinting we're going to see him do on a football field, maybe his whole life. That distance, whole lot more than the few yards he's usually running towards quarterback in the pocket. But he had enough to reach that goal line. You're darn right he did. He could sense it, and he wanted it.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Craig Reynolds to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Goff setting to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense in the hurry up here. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. That's St. Brown working the sideline, complete.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Ravens bring an extra DB out there. 3rd down coming up. They go play action with Goff. Complete beyond the marker. 3 inside the 30. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers, or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
They'll run here. It's Montgomery. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line. Man in motion here. Goff back to throw. He's got it. And a massive hit near the goal line to keep him out of the end zone. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. So now, here's 3rd and goal.
14.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Working quickly here. Goff. And he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions start to fight back with their first points of this game. It's a Sam Laporta touchdown. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Motioning him from the slot right. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. It's the Ravens dealing with 2nd and 13.
It's on.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. That's taken in by Henry. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
3rd and 2, here's Jackson. That's caught for the first. He picks up 28 on the play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Shotgun snap to Jackson. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
That one's caught along the left sideline. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, but a big gain on that play.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Henry. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. All right, here we go. 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. Bateman hauls it in. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens grow their lead just before halftime. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. right? When you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Reynolds with a return. And this drive will start inside the 25. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. On first down, it's Goff. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
They put a receiver in motion right. Searching. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. Here comes the final play of our first half.
We go tonight. Well, you won. What's up?
A final throw before the break. He's going deep this time. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Reynolds with a return. He stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. First down throw from Goff. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Looking for Sam Laporta with that one. And it sets up 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. This is Montgomery running right. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. They send a tight end in motion. Goff now, 3rd and long. He's throwing deep to the left side. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Trying getting it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. So that brings up 4th and long.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4.
We go. 2 for 1.
They'll go for it. Goff. into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. Marcus Williams has it. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Lamar now from the gun. Wow, wide open here, complete. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens push their lead further to start the half. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they paid the price over and over and over again.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens stretch their lead to 21. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Reynolds with a return. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Ravens are going to be set up in goal to go after a great return down inside the 10.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles and he chewed up yardage in the open space. Well, it'll make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion. I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road. You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
They go play fake with Jackson. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Lamar off to play fake. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Quite the strike to his tight end, and the patience he showed waiting for that to break open. That was awesome, and it's rewarded with 6.
You know, it should be simple, Kate, right? In philosophy, it should be simple. Just plaster that big guy. Throw bodies at him in coverage, but stopping a tight end near the end zone is anything but simple with how deceptively good they are as route runners and finding that football when it arrives.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Reynolds with a return. Oh, he showed some... Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football! And that one was close. Big return, nearly lost on the fumble, but thankfully he gets it back.
You could feel, even up in the booth, a full-on panic there for just a moment. But he did make sure it never overwhelmed him. He picks the ball back up. May have cost him some yards, but it didn't cost them the possession.
Goff on 1st and 10. St. Brown's got it. Complete. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Goff to the air now. This is brought in at the 15. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
2 for 1. 2 for 1.
Off play action, Goff. The throw is caught. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. Offense up to the line fast. Montgomery is in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. David Montgomery with the touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
The Lions offense looks like they're staying out there. We got a 2-point try coming up. They go play action with Goff. And no connection on the 2-point try. It fails. Trying to chip away at that lead, but just not able to figure it out there to take another 2 points off.
Yeah, every one of these calls at this juncture of the game tells a story. And right now, that story being told is this crew is feeling the pressure trying to chip away at those points. Maybe a little over-aggressive, as now they're still down big.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
180.
Here's Henry running left. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Stopped on the play by Zadarius Smith. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
180.
From the 32. He's got Andrews. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
1st down throw for Jackson. Defender gets a piece, but it's still caught. And he's going to be touchdown, Brock. Looks to be a couple yards shy of that marker.
That is so difficult to do with so much traffic. You're going to see the short pass gets tipped, and you really don't have much time other than to just react and make the catch. Exactly what he does.
Connects on the crosser. And they can't jump to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A pickup there of 33 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. Out of the gun, Henry. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Back now, pressure on its way. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Ravens continue piling on to this lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Reynolds with a return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
At their own 20-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Hey, let's go. Let's go, ground.
Tight end in motion left.
Ground. Right.
Gone. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
One of the tight ends in motion left. To throw again here. 2nd and 10. It's gone. Oh, no. They get him yet again. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. 2nd time they've taken one back on him, Brock. First the fumble return, and now this.